Guys, now please check it. All of you get my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. I'm audible, guys. Now please confirm to me. Everybody, please respond to me. All of you get my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online. Everybody, guys, now please check it. All of you get my voice on screen. The questions box, please type your response. Fine. All right. Good morning, guys. All right, sir. Now check it. What we completed in the last session. Okay. See this in the last class we started with the introduction part in Java. If you understand the introduction classes, introduction content in Java, so some topics are available. Java history, differences between Java and others. 1 minute. Differences between Java and others. Java features, Java naming conventions, and Java programming format. So these topics are available there. In the last class here we understood that. Here we started with Java history. Yeah, what happened? Okay, fine. So then if we understand the information related to Java history, what we completed in the last classes, if you understand it. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to prepare softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. This is the information there. For the above requirement, Sun Microsystems has gathered nearly 30 members team led by James Gosling and Patrick Nathan and started a project with the name Green Project to prepare the new programming language. Right. In the new programming language, Sun Microsystems wants to implement the following three features. What features that Sun Microsystems wants to implement here in this case? No. Right. Now the very first one is like what there? Simple programming language, tight coded programming language. The next one is what there? Architectural neutral programming language. These three features that Sun Microsystems wants to see on the new programming language. Where simple programming language, if you understand it, under the simple programming language overall, three factors that Sun Microsystems wants to include. What three factors that Sun Microsystems wants to include there? Lesser execution time, less memory, less power consumption. Less execution time in the sense more performance to the end product. Less memory, less cost for the end product, less power or energy, that is less maintenance cost for the end product. These are all three features that Sun Microsystems wants to include under what their simple programming language. Next one is tight coded programming language. What is the meaning of this tight coded programming language actually? Now observe carefully. If any programming language takes more instructions to implement a particular requirement, then that programming language is called what there? Loose coded programming language. C is the best example for loose coded programming language. Now observe carefully. If any programming language takes less instructions to implement a particular requirement, then that programming language is called what there? Tight coded programming language. Example I have taken there C. In C programming language, if you want to implement stack operations, three operations here we have to implement there. One is a push, next one is a pop, next one is what there? Peek. To perform these many operations, nearly 60 lines of code here we have to consume. For push operation, 20 lines of code. For pop operation, 20 lines of code. For a peek operation, 20 lines of code here we are going to take. But in the case of Java, to perform the same stack operations, how many lines of code here we have to take? No, 4 lines of code here we have to take. Why? Because in Java, stack is a predefined class. That is predefined library is more in the case of Java. But predefined library is not available, not more, very less in the case of like what there C programming language. That's the reason why in C, number of instructions we have to write. Number of instructions are more, but in the case of Java, number of instructions are less to perform a particular operation. That's why C and C++ are loose coded programming languages, but Java is what their tight coded programming language. So that is the reason why Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be a tight coded programming language. Right, sir. Leave this one. Already we understood this content here. Then the third one is like what there? Architectural neutral programming language. Then what is the next one here? No? Architectural neutral programming language. What is this architectural neutral programming language? Say for example, one simple example. Now try to understand it clearly. Now I'm taking Java programming language course. I'm teaching Java programming language, for example. So before demo class, if I put a board in outside, who are eligible to attend my classes, for that if I put a board there in outside, only the people, those who are coming from computer science background, only you have to, or you can eligible, you can attend my classes there like this. If you put a board in outside there, how many members will attend my classes now? Is it more members or less members? Just if you put a condition, if you want to attend my classes there, you should be a computer science student. You should be you should be a computer science background student. If I put this notice there in outside, how many members can attend there? Only computer science students can attend or not? All remaining students may not attend my classes here. Means that less number of people will attend my classes. For example, if I put a board in outside, any graduate can attend my class. Any graduate can attend my class. If I give this kind of board there in outside now, how many members may come there? Not only computer science, all other domain people also will attend my classes or not. There I'm able to get what there? More number of students. Now tell me, here the case is a group of students and all the students. Two cases are available. A group of students and all students now. Now tell me, in which case demand for my classes will be increased? If my classes are required by a set of people, a group of people, or my classes are required by all the people, then in which case my demand will be increased there? No? Definitely all people. When my services are required by all the people there automatically demand will be more, automatically more demand will come for my classes here. Understand my point clearly? No? Similarly, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should not bound with only one particular hardware architecture. It should not bound with only one particular hardware architecture. It must be available to every hardware component. It must be available to every hardware architecture. Understand it clearly now. It must be available to every hardware architecture. It must run its applications over all the hardwares, over all the hardware systems. Understand my point clearly now. So because of that reason that Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language, it must execute its application over all the hardware components. So that programming language should be like what there? Architectural neutral programming language. architectural neutral programming language. As simple as what I am telling there. Java is not only for computers. Java is for mobile phones. Java is for parking meters. Java is for signaling systems. Java is for so many hardware components. It will run its application development on multiple hardware components. So because of that reason, Java is what there an architectural neutral programming language. It's not bounded with a particular hardware architecture. It must be available to every hardware architecture. Because of that reason only, Java is getting very good demand nowadays in outside. The word platform independent is available. Independent of the platforms, operating systems. Platform independent in the sense operating system independent. That is derived from architectural neutral only. A platform independent concept is derived from what their architectural neutral point only, but initial requirement of the Java is what their architectural neutral. See, this total discussion we are thinking at what year there, no, 1991. At 1991 what programming languages are available? C, for example, maybe Pascal, maybe for example Python is available, but it is not in limelight, understand it clearly. C, for example, mainly C programming language by the time. So what is the main drawback with the C programming language? It must use the same operating system, it must use the same hardware system for compilation and execution both. There some people wants to provide a new environment. What should be the new environment? They have to say that you can compile it on one hardware system and you can run it on what there another hardware system. That is advanced feature by the time of 1991. At the time of 1991, this is an advanced feature. I'll forget my point or not. So because of that reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must be an architectural neutral programming language. It should be independent of the hardware architectures. In all the hardware architectures that Sun Microsystems wants to execute its applications. Sir, all of you are getting clarity on these points, no? Right, sir. Now the architectural neutral programming language in the sense, if any programming language if any programming language allows its applications to compile in one hardware architecture and to execute in hardware architecture another hardware architecture, then that programming language is called an architectural neutral programming language. That architectural neutral programming language, that's it. So this is the simple scenario about like what their architectural neutral programming language. If any programming language allows its applications to compile in one hardware architecture and to execute in another hardware architecture, then that programming language is called what there an architectural neutral programming language. Right, sir. Now, best example is what there Java. No other best example here. Java is the best example. But nowadays, like what I am telling there, .NET is also be architectural neutral programming language. Python is also like what there architectural neutral programming language. Moreover, they are portable programming languages. The next term extension of this particular architectural neutral is what their portability, portable only. Portability in the sense what there we can run our application multiple hardware systems here now. So that's a part of like what their portability content here now. So fine, whatever it may be, architectural neutral in the sense like what there. If any programming language allows its applications to compile on one hardware architecture and to run on under all the other hardware architectures, then that programming language is called as what there architectural neutral programming language. That's clear? All of you are getting clarity on this point, no? Nice. After completion of this architectural neutral programming language, after understanding this punch here, okay, fine. Finally, up to now, just where we are actually, and which year we are thinking about all these points, and which year, no, 1991. Still, work was not started. Work was not started. Just Sun Microsystem is thinking what features they want to include in their new programming language. Still, we are at 1991. Yes, all of you are understanding my point now. Still, we are at what there 1991. Sun Microsystem is thinking what they want to implement in their new programming language. They find overall three features: simple, tight coded, and architectural neutral. All right. Now, by analyzing all this, Sun Microsystems, Sun Microsystems has started preparing new programming language in 1991, and Sun Microsystems has ended the preparation of the new programming language at the end of at the end of 1992. They completed. They have started. Sun Microsystems has started and in the starting point of the 1991, and they have ended the preparation of the new programming language at the end of like what there 1992. Is clear? Programming language is ready. Programming language is ready. And then what next one here? After getting ready the programming language, they want to give a name to this new programming language. They want to give a name to the new programming language. Sun Microsystems has asked to all their employees, can you suggest a good name for this new programming language? Understand it clearly. Where what happened there? Where James Gosling has suggested has suggested work as a name to the new programming language. James Gosling, he's the father of the Java. You know already that he's the father of the Java means that, and he's the lead for the green project there. He suggested a name. What was the name he suggested actually? Work as a name to the new programming language. But what happened there? But Sun Microsystems, Sun Microsystems has rejected the James Gosling suggestion. James Gosling suggestion. Why, sir? What is the reason for it? No. Why? Because Sun Microsystems found that work found that the name work was already an existing programming language name. Programming language name. That means what's the point here I'm trying to say now? James Gosling has given a name for this new programming language is work. Okay, but Sun Microsystems has rejected it. Why Sun Microsystems has rejected the name work? Sun Microsystems found that the name work was already an existing programming language name before that, before this 1991. Their thinking is what there. If we give the same name to our new programming language, automatically we may lose the identity of our new programming language. Everybody will think about it. This is an extension of the old programming language. Understand my point here now? Just it's like what there is sequel kind of movie. Okay, then we may lose our identity. No meaning for our new programming language. That's why simply they have rejected that new programming language. Why he has given that name actually? James Gosling has suggested Oak as a name to the new programming language. What is the reason for it now? What is the reason for it here? Why because understand it no? The reason is like what there? Why? Because he always likes to see oak tree, oak tree through his cabin window. Always he likes to see a particular type of tree, a tree. The name of the tree is what there, oak. He always likes to see a tree. His name is what there, oak, through his cabin window. Because of that reason, so he thought of it. He want to give that particular name to the new programming language, but Sun Microsystems has rejected that opinion there. Understand it clearly, right, sir? Good. So later, then what I am telling there, all Sun engineers, all Sun engineers have suggested the name Java to Sun Microsystems. Is it? All Sun engineers have suggested the name Java to the new programming language. New programming language. Okay. So where Sun Microsystems has has accepted the name Java and announced that the name of the new programming language is a Java. James Gosling's opinion was rejected, but all the remaining Sun engineers have suggested the name Java. So, to a new programming language. So, Sun Microsystems has accepted the name Java and announced that the name of the new programming language is what there Java. This was happened in 1992. Now we are at which year actually? In 1992. 1991 we started. 1992 end of 1992 we completed work. New programming language was created. The discussion is what they're giving a name. James Gosling has given a name, but it was rejected. All remaining Sun engineers have given a name. What was the name they have given there? Java. Why they have given Java is the name actually? What is the reason behind that? So why James Gosling has given the name Woke? As he always likes to see a type of tree through his cabin window. The name of the tree is what there? Woke. That's why he has given that. Similarly, why all Sun engineers have given the name Java to the new programming language? What is the reason behind it? No, what is the reason here? Why because why because all Sun engineers are used to take a brand label coffee at their cafeteria. Understand it clearly? They're taking a brand labeled coffee at their cafeteria. Sun Microsystems is a company. They had some cafeteria, like canteen, right? Understand it no? In our terminology. And then what happened? They used to take a brand labeled coffee. The name of that brand labeled coffee is what there? Java. It's a simple thought. Understand it, Keno? Alright, so they have given a name to the new programming language is Java. Why? Because all Sun engineers are used to taking a brand labeled coffee at their cafeteria, or they're used to take a brand labeled coffee with the name brand labeled coffee Java at their cafeteria. By having this thought, just they suggested this name to the Sun Microsystems. Unfortunate or fortunate, whatever it may be, Sun Microsystems has accepted that name. Understand it now? Okay, if we talk about this name more seriously, more information if you want to talk about it actually, Java is one of the place name in Indonesia. Java is one of the place name in what there? Indonesia. Might be. We used to see some kind of news in the newspapers. Earthquake is happened at East Java, North Java, like this. We are getting some kind of information there. No? Where frequently earthquakes are coming there in Indonesia at Java. Actually, the Java is the place for coffee trees agriculture. With the land name, with the place name, that coffee powder was released to the market. That is what the Java coffee. Just like, see, we used to see some mangoes from a particular place. Some names might be then something else. At local maybe Nagpur oranges, if you think about it. Oranges, then which place is famous there? No, Nagpur is famous. There, Nagpur oranges is one of the points. Similarly, at local maybe Nepi and Telangana, if you take no, maybe something else. Some saris are famous with a particular place name, right? Kanchi saris, right? Kanchi is one of the famous place for what there saris now. Similarly, mangoes maybe Nuzuvid mangoes, something else. Chittur mangoes like this now. So in the same way, Java coffee powder. Unfortunately, that was used by Sun Microsystems cafeteria. They served the same Java coffee to all their employees there. Because of that reason, they want to give that name to the new programming language. So that programming language name is what there? Java. Sir, got it? What I'm telling there? It is a place name actually in Indonesia. It's an island actually. Island in Indonesia. Sir, got it? What I'm telling to you. All of you are getting clarity or not? Okay, fine. See, in outside also be number of people. So many people are giving some abbreviations for JAVA. Abbreviation for JAVA. Something else. They're giving some kind of their own abbreviations for JAVA. Don't bend for that abbreviations. That is a false abbreviation only. So no standard abbreviation for JAVA. Why? Because JAVA is a place name actual, is a coffee powder name. No abbreviations are available. But unfortunately, some interviewers, see, this is a stupid thing actually. That interviewers have asked this question there to the students now. Tell me the abbreviation for JAVA. Then who knows about it? Then why? Because that Sun Microsystems has not given any abbreviation for it now. But why people are creating abbreviations for it now? So that's the reason why if you are getting this type of question from anybody else, no abbreviations are available for JAVA. And people are going to use some abbreviation like what there, V in the sense versatile and A in the sense like something else, no, right? That is their creation only, no. That unfortunate thing in IDBAT is what there, everything is created in IDBAT. At present, it's somewhat better actually. Maybe 6 or 7 years back, if you take no, actually I used to follow when the new versions are coming into the picture like this. I'm eagerly waiting for it. Maybe that Sun Microsystems or Oracle Corporation might be given some roadmap for it. What would be the roadmap there? Say for example I'm telling there, and on 19, see, 2019 on March 31st, or sorry, or March 20th, we want to release a new version of the Java. That is like what the Java 12 version. For example, if you say like that, in Amirpet, what is going to be happen there? This is going to be released on what there March 20th is the date now. But in January 1st, directly they are keeping a board there. In January 1st, on 1999 and 2019, no, January 1st, they are going to keep the board there. Yes, we are going to cover the 22 version of Java also. But it's not yet released. Then how is it possible to cover the content here now? Understand it, Ken? So that's the reason why. Say about the Java, throughout the world, so many false propaganda is going on. False statements are coming. Understand it, Ken? So many false statements are coming there. Even conclusions also, so many false conclusions are going on in outside here. Understand it, Ken? So, but don't go for that. No, don't bend for it. But for all these concepts, if you want to get the perfect information or right concepts, if you want to know, then the Bible for all of us is what there? Java documentation. You may not trust my subject. You may not trust some other subject. You may not trust some other subject. But we have to trust Java documentation. That's the Bible for us. That's the Bhagavad Gita for us. Definitely. If see, even today, myself also, if I have any doubt on a particular topic, what is the reference for me? Java documentation only. The reference thing is what there? Java documentation only. Understand my point? There might be they are given information in their level, but I have to take that point. I have to analyze it. After that, I have to deliver the points with understand it clearly. So for everybody, for every Java developer, Java documentation is a Bible. What is there inside the Java documentation? That is 100% is right. But all the remaining conclusions in outside market, there that the content creators might be giving their own conclusions about the Java programming language. What is there, sir? If you open the internet and if you see the web environment, internet, so every other they are writing their own views on programming language. Then I have almost 5 to 6 opportunities for me to write a book on it. Some publishers have contacted with me to write a book. But as I'm running this organization, as I'm on this organization site, as I'm having my unique content here, but I don't want to publish it on any other publishers. No, I didn't contacted with them. McGraw, almost 3 times they contacted with me. Write a book, just we want to publish it now. Understand it, McGraw is all there. Then Black Book authors are available there. They already contacted with me. Almost all 7 to 8 years back itself they contacted now. But simply I said no. Why? Because then I am at Durgasoft line, right? In that line, might be I am creating my own content. I am preparing my own material. I am supplying that material to all the students. Okay, that is part of my commitment. It's okay, fine. But the point I'm telling there, so that developers views they are going to share in outside market, but we cannot trust 100% that conclusions, no. But we have to trust the conclusions which are coming from what their Java documentation. Yes, sir. All of you are getting clarity or not? What I'm telling you, Okay, fine. Leave this point here. So no abbreviations for Java. That's the final conclusion here. I'm telling there. Java is a place name in Indonesia. That place is famous for coffee trees. With the land name, that coffee powder was released to the market. Fortunate or unfortunate, that coffee powder was used by Sun Microsystems in the year 1991 while doing this green project. Due to that reason, all Sun engineers have suggested the name Java to Sun Microsystems about the new programming language. But Sun Microsystems has accepted that name. Then finally they have announced the name of that new programming language is what there? Java. Clear? Can I move forward? All right, sir. Next one. Okay. Programming language was started, programming language was prepared, and they have given name for this new programming language. Then meanwhile, at the end of 1992, listen, all of you listen carefully. From this point onwards, actual story will start. Up to now, it's a happy moment only at Sun Microsystems. Right, at the end of 1992, Sun Microsystems has prepared has prepared the very first product on the basis of Java, that is star 7, a remote controller. Understood the point here, what I am telling to you? Know? At the end of 1992, at the same end of 1992, Sun Microsystems has prepared the very first product on the basis of Java, that is what their star 7, a remote controller. What is that star 7? No? A remote controller. Right. It was a failure product. It was what there? It was a failure product. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? It was what there? A failure product. Right, sir. It was a failure product. To find customer for star 7, or else maybe Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time to found the customers for star 7, but unfortunately, no customer was identified for star 7. It's totally a failure product. Right, sir. 1.5 year of time. 1.5 year of time they have waited, in the sense we are already at the end of 1992. 1.5 year of time in the mid of 1994. The total 1993 and a half of the 1994 they have waited. No customer is identified for the star 7. Understand it clearly. It's a totally failure product. Good. Then 1994, 1995, 1996. These years are the rememberable years in the technology changes now. There the technologies were started, and that technologies are getting very good boom in outside market. That years are golden years for the technology revolution. Understand it clearly. What is there? 1994, 1995, 1996. On these years, right, sir, on these years the technology roots are started actually, even including Java, I am telling there. Okay, fine. Now observe carefully. In the mid of 1994, in the mid of 1994, there was a boom for internet and the tools like browser. Is it? Now understand it? No. In the mid of 1994, there was a boom for what there? Internet. There was a boom for www as part of the internet and the tools like what their browser. Now tell me, is it possible to open www without browser? Come on here. Is it possible to open www without browser? Without maybe Chrome, or without might be like what their Internet Explorer, or maybe Microsoft Edge, or without that, and like what there some other. Is it possible to open the www? Not at all. Not at all. So if you want to surf internet, or if you want to browse something in net there, definitely we require browser or not? Exactly. All right, sir. Now at 19 in the mid of 1994, in the mid of 1994, there was a browser. There was a browser Mosaic. There was a browser Mosaic. There was a browser. Only one browser by the time get that name is what there Mosaic. Mosaic prepared by Mark Anderson. Prepared by Mark Anderson, an undergraduate student. He was an undergraduate student prepared by Mark Anderson, an undergraduate student, and who prepared who prepared Mosaic browser, Mosaic browser in his internship. in his internship. Internship in the sense, can you tell me what exactly the points are given there? Mark Anderson, who is that person actually? Right, sir. The person is what there is an undergraduate student at Illinois University, Chicago. In America, Illinois University is there, is a Chicago. He is an undergraduate student at Illinois University at Chicago. As part of his project work, in undergraduation, definitely they have to submit a project. Of course, in our colleges also, in a BTech final year, we have to submit a project. Am I right or not? In the same way, in undergraduation, he has to submit a project. To do that project there, then he went to the Netscape Communications and he has completed a project. The name of that project is what? The Mosaic browser. At Netscape Communication, he has done that internship work actually. Even for doing that internship, he took nearly $6.25 per hour. To complete this browser, he took nearly $6.25 per hour by the time. In the mid of 1994, what I'm telling there, only that browser was the famous browser in outside. That browser had very good demand there in the mid of 1991. Only one browser in the market, that is what there, Mosaic. Mosaic is a browser. Understand it clearly now. Right, sir. Now, so by understanding the demand for browsers, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser the mid of 1991. Then everything is going in the mid of 1994. By understanding the demand for browsers, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser. That responsibility was given to, or that responsibility was given to Jonathan Payne and Patrick Nathan. Patrick Nathan. That responsibility was given to Jonathan Payne and Patrick Nathan. These both the members have taken that responsibility and they have completed and they have prepared a new browser at the end of 1995. December month of 1995. At the end of 1995, they have prepared a new browser. Alright, so now Sun Microsystems wanted to prepare a new browser. That responsibility was given to Jonathan Payne and Patrick Nathan, and they prepared a new browser at the end of 1995. They prepared a new browser with the name Hard Java. They prepared that browser on the basis of Java programming language only. Of course, the internal concepts what they have used for preparing that browser, applets. Applets is a topic they have used. Understand? In Java, there is a topic like what are applets, but now it is outdated. Nobody is talking about applets now. It is totally outdated. Nobody is using that content here. But the point is what there? Applets is a concept. On the basis of the applets only, they prepared a new browser. The name of that browser is what there? Hard Java browser at the end of like what there? 1995. By seeing the name Hard Java and at the end of 1995, most of the people, 70% of people are thinking that Java was introduced in the year 1995. But this is wrong. Java was not introduced in the year 1995. Hard Java browser was introduced in the year 1995. That too at the end of 1995. Is it? All of you get my point or not? Hard Java browser. That is just it is a browser. Then nowadays how we are having Chrome browser. In the same way, Hard Java browser by the time. That's clear? All of you are getting clarity on it, no? Alright, sir. Now, it was a successful product. It was a successful product. So as per the demand of the hard Java browser, as per the demand of the hard Java browser, Sun Microsystems, Sun Microsystems has released Java programming language in the year 1996 January 23rd. Then date may be approximate. I'm giving that 23rd or 27th. There is a bit confusion for me also, but leave it anyway. But January month of the 1996. In 1996 January month, 23rd max. I thought of it. They released. They released. That means Sun Microsystems has released Java programming language in the year 1996 January 23rd with the name JDK 1.0 with the name JDK 1.0. Java Development Kit with 1.0. That is the starting point for what their Java programming language. The year with the name like what their JDK 1.0. And which years are now tell me 1996 January 23rd. On this particular date, Sun Microsystems has released Java programming language with the name JDK 1.0. That's clear? All of you are getting clarity on this point now. Now see this one. So JDK 1.0 JDK 1.0 is the first product of the Java. That means the first version of the program, first version of the Java programming language. Their language was introduced there itself. Then after this subversion, that means namesake versions. This is a major version actually. Namesake versions are available. JDK 1.1 version is available where one or two small changes are provided. Again now JDK 1.2 version is a big version. Exactly. In this particular version only, there are some terminologies like what there J2SE, J2EE, and J2ME. These terms are introduced in Java along with what there 1.2 version of the Java only. But in 1.0 and 1.1, no terms like J2ESE, J2EE, J2ME. Of course, server-side programming and micro programming is not possible with 1.0 and 1.1 version there. But these terms and this much of environment is created at what there JDK 1.2 version. Initially, JDK 1.2 they have released with one or two updates. Just 3 days later of introducing 1.2, they are given an official announcement of what there J2SE, J2EE, and J2ME. But anyway, we can count it. It's a part of what there 1.2 version. That is the reason why 1.2 version is a big. What I'm telling there is a big version in entire Java. 1.2 version is the biggest Java, version of the Java. Then where huge number of enhancements are available. J2SE separately, J2EE, especially J2EE. From that particular point onward, the Java shapes are totally changed. Before that, Java is a small programming language. But with the introduction of the J2EE, the total Java growth is like what I'm telling there, the rapid growth you are able to identify there now. Tremendous growth we are able to see on the Java with the introduction of the J2EE. The most successful version of the Java is what there? JDK 1.2 version. Right, sir. After that. Then what happened there? The next version is like what there? JDK 1.3 is the namesake version only. JDK 1.4 is also a namesake version only. Again, the next bigger version might be big version in the Java is what the JDK 1.5. There mainly the topics are like what there annotations. The topics are introduced mainly what there annotations. Understand it? No, the collections maximum collections are introduced in what there 1.2 version. And the queues topic is available in collections now. That was introduced in what there 1.5 version. Lambda expressions. The topic is sorry, not lambda expressions. No, 1.5 maybe some queues topics are introduced there now. Understand my point here? No? Okay, fine. Annotations are introduced there. Understand it? No. So these topics are introduced here inside the JDK 1.5. That is another big version actually. Understand it clearly. Then after this, after completion of this content here, so JDK. You see, then at my starting point there, at my starting stage of my Java career, then this JDK 1.5 version is the latest version by the time. The moment when I learned Java programming language, what is the latest version? What you learned Java in the sense, people are saying that 1.5 by the time. But we don't know this much of analysis at that moment there. But blindly we started learning course there. By the time, then what version is available? 1.5 version is available. Actually, then I didn't learn Java at any other institute actually. Then my steps towards Java is somewhat different actually. No, then actually I learned the total Java in my own way, completely in my own way. 2 minutes of time. I'll talk with why I'm in Java actually. 1 minute of time. No, I think so. Might be then 15 is back. 15 to 6, 17 is back. Exactly, it was around 2007, 2007 or 2008. On that time, just I completed BTech. I came to Hyderabad to learn some courses and I want to get job in outside. Meanwhile, I wrote GATE. Then I got some score in that gate exam. I think you are aware about the gate exam. Is it for MTech entrance, right? I wrote that gate and I had some score also by the time. So then myself and my brother, we thought of it. Instead of joining with any other companies there, then anyway we are doing MTech parallelly. Parallelly, why don't we run some tuition points? By the time BTech tuitions are getting very good demand. In every tuition point, minimum 50 members, 60 members, the business is going to be good. Then we thought of it, we want to start a tuition point. At SR Nagar, we searched for a building, then we found that building there. On the day itself, we had some discussion of the taking that building. Just as a matter of first floor, where only two rooms. One room is for me, other room is for Durga sir. Just we wanted to take what there that tuitions, BTech tuitions. Myself is good at 3 to 4 subjects at BTech. Durga sir is good at 3 to 4 subjects. Meanwhile, we are taking gate classes. Immediately after completion of my BTech, I started taking gate classes. Durga sir has also been taking gate classes here. Gate training we are giving. Throughout India, we rounded and we have taken the gate classes. Even Delhi, Mumbai, hourly basis we used to take on weekends only. Saturday and Sunday, per day 10 hours, 20 hours, one subject is going to be completed. Like this we used to take. We are rounded throughout the India. By the time we have a thought, we want to start a tuition point. Parallelly, we are doing MTech. Parallel, I'm doing MTech my JNT University, Kukatpalli. Durga sir is a second year, myself is in first year. Naturally, we are in MTech. We thought of it, we want to start tuition point. At SR Nagar, then quite opposite to the Andhra Bank at present, no? Then where might be that building was demolished and a new building was constructed there. Then there way we are taken the first floor with 2 rooms. Then with a rent of 30,000. We are taking it by the time. So just what we thought that tomorrow morning is the inauguration day for Durgasoft, not Durgasoft, some other name, tuition point name. So before the day evening, then we everything we set right there. Then because of some puja items, we come to Amirpet actually. Tomorrow morning is a puja. Then for the sake of puja items, then we come to what there Amirpet. Myself and Durga sir, we are walking on this street only, same street. When we move on there, around the time is what there 7 or 7:30 by the time. Whenever we are walking there, all of a sudden from one particular building, then huge crowd is coming outside. So many students are coming outside. We shocked actually. Even in my gate class also, max how many members are sitting there? 200 members or 250 members in my classes there. We thought of it, we are good faculties in gate side, no? But by seeing that much of crowd, just we asked one student, "Arey yaar, what happened there? Why these many people are coming there?" By the time they are given information there, so we are all learning Java course at one particular institute. Arey yaar, what is this Java? We thought of it, Java is a programming language. But for the Java, this much of demand is there, we didn't thought of it. Then immediately, by seeing that much of crowd and by seeing that environment, totally we were shocked. Then within 2 minutes of time, we have changed our opinion. Are why we are going to start the tuition point here? Why don't we start the Java programming language course now? Understand it here? So we thought like that. Almost all within half an hour of time, then we changed our opinion. Finally, we have taken the decision. There actually tomorrow morning is what there our inauguration day where we are two other faculty members, no other faculty member. Now we thought of it. We want to start Java Institute. Understand it? No. Immediately we want to start Java Institute, but unfortunate thing is what there. Myself even I'm doing MTech and Durga sir is doing MTech, but we don't know what is Java and how to teach Java. But tomorrow morning we have to start Java Institute. Immediately we changed our opinion. Then what I have to do there? Finally, after having 1 hour or 1.5 hour of search, we found a faculty at Amirpet to start Java classes at our institute. He's expecting might be for the sake of taking that inauguration classes there. Just might be he's thinking about it. Advance is asking about 70,000. Only advance. Okay, then we ready for it, and already we had some ornaments there by the time. Then we have taken loan of it. Then anyway, we have given that amount to him. Then he started classes there in the next day. Java classes. Officially, we started Java classes. Then who are the students in my very first Java class? No, for the trainer is taking the Java class there. Who are the students? No, myself and Durga sir are the students there. The first day at Durgasoft. Then we have given the name also. We were there, Durgasoft, Durga Software Solutions. So these are the roots for Durgasoft by the time here. Then what happened there? Okay, then he is coming here. He is taking the class. Just even we didn't announce the batch also by the time. After 3 to 4 days onwards, then we started a batch. Then who are coming for the class there? Meanwhile, I am doing MTech there at my class now. And I called all my MTech friends. Then nearly 18 members are available in my class now. I called all of them. Then I created some bus passes also for them to come from JNT University here. At least one batch we have to run successfully now. Later we'll think about it. Then what happened there? I called all my MTech students, no? Then they came here into the class, no? But along with these three MTech students, three girls were joined from outside. By the time core Java is a 500. There the concession is 250. Core Java 250 rupees. We remembered it clearly. Three girls are coming from the same college from Karimnagar. Right, they joined with our class there. Then after 1 week of time, that faculty came to me. Sorry for this, Nago. Then we don't do. I don't want to continue with your institute. Already I'm working with somewhere else at other institute there. They identified it and they are given some information with. Then you should not take classes there at other institute there. Like this, they are giving some pressure on me. So sorry for it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to continue this batch here. Tomorrow onwards, I don't want to come finish. There's a matter of 1 week of classes. So what we have to do? Durga sir is already selected for IBM in the campus interviews. Now myself, I'm ready for campus interviews there. Already he was selected with that IBM. So IBM Pune especially, not even at Hyderabad. Then he has given a hand to us. Then what I have to do there? So all my MTech classmates I can do in something. Some I can talk with them. But three members have joined there. The first institute, first payments, and three members are joined. What we have to give the response for them? They're the basic students actually. So by the time then I thought of it, Arey, already I'm taking gate classes, but I don't know anything about Java. Even ABCDs also I don't know in Java. Why don't we start this Java course separately? Why I'm not going to take the Java classes? Why I'm not going to teach the Java class? Then immediately what happened there? Then I went to the Koti. You know already the Koti is one of the place for books. At present it is not available that name there, but previously then Koti in the sense the famous for books. On platform all software course books are going to be available. Rental basis they are going to give even. So that kind of environment is there by the time. So I went to the Koti. On the same day I went to the Koti. 20 to 25 Java books I gathered. I found it then which others are very good there. By the time I gathered 20 to 25 number of books from Koti, then I started my preparation for core Java. I started preparation for my core Java. What I am doing there? I don't even single ABCD since inside the Java. I started what is the introduction, what content is available like this. I prepared a script. Then throughout the day in the sense almost all 17 to 18 hours of time in preparation for Java. In the next day morning, 1 hour class I need to take. For 1 hour class, 17 hours of preparation. Continuously preparation 1 hour. Then on that moment, who is the counselor for this Durgasoft Java? Durgasoft, no, myself is a counselor in a counseling in admin office, no, myself I have to sit there, I have to prepare. Meanwhile students are coming for inquiry, I have to take counseling for them. I have to read the content. Then after that I have to what next one get. Then I have to take the class next day morning 1 hour class. Then 17 hours preparation. Then I took that computer there, then where I'm doing practice, and meanwhile everything is mine. Even cleaning section at Durgasoft office also mine, my responsibility. So nobody is there. By the time we didn't aware about it, how to gather the even people also to work at Durgasoft there. Then I completed successfully one batch. Meanwhile, Durga sir has completed certification course there. Right. Then meanwhile he completed his MTech and he joined with IBM for a few months of time. Then at Pune again might be. Then after that he came back to the Hyderabad. Then meanwhile I'm in the counseling part. I'm taking the classes there. That gradually one batch. In one batch three members, the same three members. Second batch, then 5 members. Third batch maybe 10 members. Like this batch by batch increased there. Understand it here. At one stage, how many students are available in my class now? You are not believing that nearly 1200 members are attended my class. 1200 members are used to attend my classes there. MLA recommendation letters are coming. This is what I'm telling that before Corona. Almost all. When you come to the year like what there, 2017, 2018, 2016, 2014, almost all 2014 onwards up to 2000 like what there, 19, 20, 20. By the time, up to the time, before pandemic, before Corona, the days are golden days at Amirpet. I think still some people are having coaching mock fest. Really, that 1200 members now. Just give a minute of time. 1 minute, sir. Then it's not like self-hosting, but the information I'm telling to you know. Just 1 minute, I want to show with you. I think so that my classes are going to be available here, right? My admin people have posted that video also. That one of the class video. I think so, right? This is my class. Mine, mine. I'm teaching the Java. Even students are not going to be sufficient. Not, this is not my classroom actually. After pandemic, I have taken this classroom there. At third floor, 307 is a classroom there, where if I start a batch at morning time, if I start a batch at morning time there, not at any time here, 12,000, 1,200 members, 1,500 members, like this, we used to accommodate. So the point I'm telling that before pandemic, the situation is very good. Once the pandemic is coming there, all the students' mindset is changed totally for learning process. Then nearly hardly 1.5 year of time is a gap. Hardly 1.5 year of time is a gap. 1.5 year of time. That during 1.5 year of time, the total mindsets are changed totally. Not only at Durgasoft, in every institute at Hyderabad, the same situation they are having there. So online people are attending for the classes in one there online. Okay, right, sir. Anyway, just giving information there for the sake of like what I'm telling to you. Then how this market is available and how we started the Durgasoft. So meanwhile, after starting our institute, so many faculties are coming there. So many faculties are might be then left from Durgasoft because of might be their reasons. No? Then finally, we are running this organization. Right, sir. Now, then my intention is not to show all these points here, but the point is what there, how the industry, how these offline classes are going on. That point here I'm giving clarity for you. Okay, son. Anyway, then our content is what there, the giving that information about that what the evolution of the Java, what versions are good. Now, 1.6 version is again is a failure version. There are no too many number of enhancements in 1.6 version. One or two enhancements. Next one is what there, JDK 1.7 version is available. Now, observe carefully up to Java 1.6 version, Sun Microsystems was taken care by everything about Java. Right from 1.7 version of the Java onwards, Oracle Corporation has taken care of it. Oracle Corporation has taken over the total Java. That means Java from Sun Micro. They have taken the total Sun Microsystems. They take over the total Sun Microsystems. Sun Microsystems and its products are maintained by Oracle Corporation there by the time. Okay, good. Now this is about like what the JDK 1.7. Again, JDK 1.8 is the version is a big version, successful version there in outside. So there might be the total style of Java programming was changed. Lambda expressions, the topic was introduced in what there JDK 1.8 version. Lambda expression is a big enhancement. Okay, fine. Then after this, so JDK 1.9 version, this version is a the totally utter flap version, is a failure version. Utter flap version 1.7, 1.9. Just it is a copy from Python. Meanwhile, Python is having some heights. Python is having some boom in outside. Then Oracle people have copied some features from Python to Java. That's a totally utter flap. Java has its own nativity, but they're trying to copy some features from other programming languages. So it's a totally a plap show of this JDK 1.9. Then after this, after completion of this, next one is JDK 1.10 is also be one or two normal things are introduced there. Right, sir. Observe carefully. Then after this, JDK 1.11 is again what their long-term support. Long-term support in the sense like what their another big version of the Java. Understand it clearly. But from this version onward, Java is what their licensed. Licensed for what their corporate users. That means the users, those who are in companies, they have to take license from Oracle Corporation if they want to use Java. For not for individual users, not for the teachers, not for the students, they can download and use the Java with the free of cost. But those who are working with the companies, if they want to use Java, they have to take license from Oracle Corporation. Is a license given from JDK 11 version onward. Moreover, from this JDK 11 onwards, right, every 6 months, every 6 months of time, for every 6 months, a new version. They want to introduce new version for every 6 months of time. Previously, yearly wise they are releasing now. 2 years once, 3 years once, and 4 years one. For introducing JDK 1.8 version, they took nearly 6 or 7 years of time. Answer my point now. But now, from this JDK 11 onwards, they want to introduce a new version for every 6 months of time now. So JDK 1.11 is a good version here. JDK 1.12 and JDK 1.13 again minor versions there. Minor versions, less number of enhancements only. Again, the next milestone is what there 1.14. 1.14 is having somewhat demand. Is one of the a big version there. Now. Next one is what there. After this, JDK 1.15 is a minor version, and JDK 1.16 is another minor version. Again now JDK 1.17 is a long-term support. Is a big version again. More enhancements are available. Next one is what there JDK 1 point like what there 18 is a again minor version. JDK 1.19 is also a minor version. Again JDK 1.20 is like what there major version. Okay, right sir. Now the next one is like what there after this JDK 1.21 is okay namesake, and JDK 1.22 is also a namesake. Maybe if 23 is available, we'll think about it. The 23 later I will check for it now. So these are the versions what we are having there directly inside the Java. This is about the evolution of the Java. Then what major changes are available in Java? Switching from Sun Microsystems to Oracle is one of the major change, and making the Java as a licensed one, and providing Java versions for every 6 months of time. They are the major changes, no? But anyway, features are varied from one version to another version. That anyway we are going to understand it clearly. Observe carefully. So this is about clearly like what there the total evolution of the Java and Java history what we are having completely. Right, sir. Now this is a topic, the very first topic here we completed. Clear? All of you are getting clarity on this, no? Right, sir. So in introduction part, the very first topic here we completed. Java history, the topic. Again and again I'm telling there, this is not at all important in the point of interviews, not at all important in the point of project development. Just for knowledge purpose I have given that. Only information purpose I have given. At least we should know with how much hard work that Sun Microsystems has introduced Java programming language. And what is the root cause of introducing Java programming language? At least that points here we have to understand. What is the initial thought of the Sun Microsystems to prepare this new programming language? At least that minimal information here we have to understand. That is the reason why I given this total Java history part. Otherwise, I'm not having any intention of taking this Java history separately. Is that all of you are getting it or not? Right, sir. The next topic here, what we are going to understand there, the second unit, differences between Java and others. Second topic inside this introduction part, differences between Java and others. That's the next topic. Alright, sir. Where we are going to use this particular topic. What is the need of this particular topic? I'm giving some clarity to all of you. Observe carefully. If you go outside, if you ask anybody else, then I want to learn Java, what is the process for it? Then somebody else may give information to you. Java depends on C++, C++ depends on C. So first start with the C programming language, after that C++, then after that only come for Java. People are saying this chain. But I'm giving clarity, no, don't go for it. Don't go for it, it is not at all good. Come. It is not at all good. So it is not at all right. This is a wrong statement. Java doesn't depending on what there C++. C++ is not depending on what there C. C is a different programming language. C++ is a different programming language. Java is a different programming languages. In Java, core Java is available. C is a startup programming language. I know that. C++ is also a startup programming language. Core Java is also a startup programming language. Instead of starting your programming language content with C, better to start with core Java. Same basics are going on in core Java, but in Java style we are going to understand the basics. If we start with C, in C style we are going to understand the content. Then why this kind of chain process people are giving there? If you take your BTech academics of this computer science syllabus there, where in the first year BTech C programming language, in the second year BTech no C++, in the third year BTech no Java. Because of that kind of sequence, people are forming that. But to learn Java, no need to learn anything about C programming language and C++. It is better to learn what there, better to directly come for what there core Java. In core Java, we are going to understand basics only. For learning these basics now, what is the requirement of some other basics now? It's a complex process. So Java is not at all dependent on any other programming languages. I want to say this point. To say this point, I have taken the topic like what the differences between Java and others. My target is what the Java is not same as C and C++. Java is not extension chain of the C and C++. Java is an individual separate programming language. That's it. No comparison with that means no extension from C and C++. To prove that, I have taken like what their differences between Java and others. That is the reason number one. I have taken this topic. Next, another reason is available. Say for example, tomorrow, for example, maybe 1 week of time. After 1 week of time, you have an opportunity. You have to attend for some referral interview, some interview in a company. All option you got a notice from a company. Then tomorrow come for that interview, for example. Now just now we are started your Java programming language. Then you are going to prepare a resume. Without resume, not possible to attend for interviews. Everybody has to prepare your resume. In that resume, there is an option like what their skill set or technologies, skill set or technologies, some options available. There we have to specify your skill set. Skill set in the sense what technologies you have that we have to specify. Then in general, at starting mode, as per our enthusiasm, as per our, then what I'm telling there, as per our interest, what technologies we are going to provide in that resume. To make that resume as a strong resume, people are going to specify the technologies list, whether you know the technologies or not. If you know the name of the technology, simply you are going to include that. In general, what we are going to provide, C, comma, C++, comma, core Java, advanced Java, Hibernate, Spring Boot, microservices, even including Python, .NET, everything. Whatever the boards you observed at Amirpet, there every board name we are going to include inside this resume. But it is a nonsense, not required. Really not required. Once you are specifying some technology in the resume in the sense, definitely you are saying that you are certifying yourself. I know these technologies very well. You can ask questions on these technologies. You are giving that information to that interviewer if you submit your resume. Once you specify some technologies in a resume, when interviewer seen that technologies list now, he has the rights to ask any type of question from these technologies. But by the time if you are unable to answer for that questions now, it's a meaningless to specify all these many technologies in your resume. That means at one side you are saying these technologies I aware. At other side when he asks the questions you are saying that I don't know these technologies. Where is the stability in our content? No. That's the first thing what people are doing the mistake in the preparation of resume. I'm suggested to you if you know only core Java introduction, specify that I know only core Java introduction. Then interview will ask questions in that particular part only. On that particular part. Here the point is what? If interviewer is asking 10 questions, out of these 10 questions, if we give answers for 7 number of questions, well and good. Understand my point here now? But you are specifying some technology said, interviewer may ask the questions up to 10 now, but you have given answer for one question or two questions in the sense, it's a time waste. You are not qualified for it. So because of that reason, what you know, specify up to that only in our resume. Don't provide unnecessary technologies list never. Without having knowledge on any technology, don't specify the technology in our resume. But in general, we used to keep some technologies list. No, C, C++, Java minimum we are going to provide there. By seeing that the C, C++, Java in your resume, there is a chance for interviewer to ask this question. Tell me the differences between C, C++, Java. Straight question. Tell me the differences between C, C++, Java by seeing your resume. Then at least by the time we have to open our mouth and we have to talk about that three, at least few points about the differences between C, C++, Java. At least few points here we have to talk. At least then few points like what there, at least 10 to 15 minutes of time we have to talk about it. So to give clarity on this particular question, I have taken this particular topic like what? Differences between Java and others. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? All right, sir. Now the very first difference here, what I am telling to you, C and C++ are static programming languages. C and C++ are what? Static programming languages. But Java is a dynamic programming language. Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. So this point here I have to discuss with you clearly. C is what there? C and C++ are what there? Static programming languages. But Java is what there? A dynamic programming language. Then what is static programming language? What is dynamic programming language? First we have to understand these two. After that we will go for what there? How C and C++ are static, how Java is a dynamic. That information here we are going to understand. Okay. Now I'll continue this part on tomorrow. Because even if I start this topic, I require minimum half an hour of time to complete this topic. And then tomorrow, with the fresh mind, we are going to understand the content here. Technical concepts are started. With this particular definition, technical concepts are started. I'm going to talk about technology only continuously. Understand it clearly. No demos, nothing else. Then content we started there. Officially, this is a starting point for our what there technology. Then from this point onwards, we are going to talk about Java in the comparison from C, C++. Definitely content, technical content here we started. Okay. Right, sir. Then due to the lack of the time, then tomorrow we'll continue the remaining part here. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll see the remaining part tomorrow. Yeah, guys, those who are attending in online, the link is going to be expired very soon. Then the demo class are completed again. Please register immediately. If any of you registered for it, no, immediately register for this content. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Right, sir. We may leave now. No problem. Yeah, guys, Muhammad, then please quick. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot, and I'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.